Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
So yeah, at least when he first signed on, that's what the deal was. Anyways, we're gonna move on, man. Candace Owens, speaking of people in trouble for what they say on their media platforms, Candace Owens is here. That makes Max Kellerman look more justifiable in what happened to him. Yeah, Max just got fired because Stephen A was like, we just ain't vibe. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Power to the people, brother. Candace Owens is in some real trouble legally. This is another person who is being sued for what she said on our platform. Candace Owens is in real trouble. It's from Will Summer of the Bulwark. Since leaving the Daily Wire in March 2024, Candace Owens has built much of her career as a right-wing media star with a bold claim that the French First Lady, Brigitte Macron, is a transgender woman committing a host of crimes and that she might be incestuous marriage to her quote-unquote son, French President Emmanuel Macron. Owens has repeatedly, almost momentarily, pushed this theory, even vowing the stake of her career on this allegation. She went so far to beg the Macrons to sue her if it wasn't true, offering to pay their legal bill to do it. Oh, that's crazy. Well, the Macrons just did that. Wow. Following an 8-part podcast series Owens produced laying out her claims, the French couple sued Owens for defamation in the Delaware court last week. The Macrons weren't kidding around. Their complaint is 219 pages long, and they're represented by Clara Locke, the prominent libel firm. But Owens isn't backing down either. Since being sued, she has devoted 4 episodes of her show to re-airing her allegations against the Macrons. Is that the hill you want to die? Bro, that's crazy. Along with I remember she said, I'm doing this for the world. I said, bro, what? Along with having the potential that Owens will have to pay massive damages, the lawsuit is interesting for 2 reasons. The split it has is exposed in the MAGA right in between Owens and her many other compatriots, and the potential that it has to cause real headaches for Donald Trump, who has to tend to some more awkwardly complicated diplomatic relations. I recently had the displeasure of diving into Owens' allegations, and while they're a little hard to sum up, in part, her story keeps shifting. As the Macron's lawsuit notes, Owens dropped that her evidence, quote unquote, as it has been disproven. To describe it has been unhinged as it doesn't go nearly far enough. Essentially, Owens claims that Brigitte Macron is in fact her brother, Jean-Michel Trudeau, who transitioned into Brigitte in his 30s and it committed a plenty of identity fraud along the way. Owens goes on to allege that Emmanuel Macron was the victim of John Michael's grooming. She gets more outlandish from there. The Macrons, she insists, are possibly linked to a centuries-old cult called the Frankish, devoted to undermining Western civilization at every turn. Emmanuel Macron is a victim of the CIA's, MK Ultra brainwashing. Just Google it. Perhaps Owen has said Emmanuel is Brigitte's John Michael's son. Owens also alleges that both members of the presidential couple are being blackballed by Senator Cabal, who isn't. There's a lot of evidence that Owens' claims are not true, including photographs and Brigitte Macron's birth announcement in a local newspaper. Brigitte Macron has adult children who look like her. Owens explains that away by arguing that John Michael actually had those children as a man with a woman who looks a lot like Brigitte Macron, who is not Brigitte Macron. Like I said, this is hard to sum up. As for Jean-Michel Trudeau, he's still around. The Macron lawsuit provides pictures of him at Emmanuel Macron's presidential investitures. Sometimes they even in the same frame as his sister, meaning no single transgender Macron could have done a quick outfit change to fool the camera, though perhaps they pulled a prestige-like trick. The lawyers also claimed that to have voting cards establishing that the brother and sister voted in the same election in different states, proving they are separate individuals. The Macron's complaint lists more pieces of evidence proving that Owens' claims are wrong, but those are pesky fact checks. The real legal problems for Owens come from a separate part of the complaint and then this post is for paid subscribers, so you got to get the rest to pay. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. For £50, you can do everything. You were right the first time, Candace Trump. That is the wrong caller for that wife's a man. And to do it is to get in the name of Trump. No one is messing around with the macaroons into Trump. She like her daddy Trump, double down. I wanted to say this about the whole thing. So you guys know, I think the most famous case of this, especially like in kind of the black culture sector of media, was Tasha K and Cardi B. You know, for her to make Tasha K move, leave U.S. soil, and still pay every penny that she gets to Cardi B, just for the sake of Cardi B being petty, and not because Cardi B wanted the money, but just to let people know you can't play with my name, you can't just make up lies and things of that sort. Also, with the whole thing of the what's her name, Milagro and Megan Thee Stallion. I seen someone post her today, Milagro, and was like, she is so pretty, and I was like, yo, isn't she like facing a huge like I don't know, man. I don't know. I say all of this to say, with the Shannon Sharp, with the Milagro, with the Tasha K, with Candace Owens, you got to watch what you say on these things, man. So I know a lot of times people, you know, like chat, they want me to say some things. I just can't say it, bro. That's not me playing by the rules or being censored or the establishment holding me down. That's literally just the law, dog. All right. Stephen A, he spoke on Shannon and Gilbert Arenas apparently.
Looking at you, my brother, and I say this affectionately, you might be one of the dumbest folks on the planet Earth.
Okay, so I guess this isn't actual Stephen A. Yeah, this ain't real. Or this isn't about it. But hey, at first it caught my attention enough to even put it down. Cardi B is rumored to be yep. It had moved too. Nah, it's a shakedown. Like they had to take all her money. So what she was doing, so she wouldn't have to pay the money. She thought if she left America, she wouldn't have to pay the money under American, because you know the federal court. I don't know if it was a federal case or if it was just a U.S. case, but it was, you know, something like that. Like you got to pay your money, right? So she thought she wouldn't have to pay the money and everything like that if she simply just moved to Africa. And I think Cardi B was still like, nah, we still in your accounts. We still on that. We still going to get this money by any means necessary. You got to pay for lying on me. So, yeah. All right, next up.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.